Hi guys, and welcome to another reading vlog. So as you know, as you can tell, I am not in my room, which is where I normally start videos. I am actually in my hotel room in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I am on my Christmas trip as I normally do, but I wanted to do a reading vlog just to see how much I read on this trip. And I meant to start this last night, but when we stopped for the night to sleep, I was just way too tired to grab my camera, and honestly, I settled in the room there, fell asleep, and then read this today. So far, I have finished Until You by I want to say Katerina Mora. I'm not sure. I'm totally butchering the name, so I do apologize about that. But I finished this, gave it 5 stars because it was just so cute. I was crying at the end of it because I was just like, no, Grayson and Arya are meant to be, and they were so adorable. And this book was just super cute. It's definitely spicy, but not overly spicy. But this book was adorable. And yesterday I read 59 pages, and today I finished it and read 187. So I am off to a pretty good start. Let me do math really fast because I cannot do this in my head. So far I read 246 pages. I'm conflicted if I want to continue reading Iron Flame because I only have like 200 something pages left. But I also really want to start Icebreaker because now I'm in the mood for a kind of smutty contemporary. So I'm like, which one do I pick up? So I think I'm going to read a little bit of both, see what I'm feeling, and then let you guys know. And if you guys want a room tour, which is not very much TV, I'm watching Bob's Burgers. And then there's 2 beds. I don't know why. It's literally just me in this room. So I got one bed that just has my books and clothes and stuff on it, and then the other bed I plan on sleeping in, but nothing too wild or crazy. So I'm going to chill, watch some Bob's Burgers, read a little bit, figure out what I want to read.
Could you try again?
Siri's interrupting me as always, but it's fine. It's fine. So yes, I will update you guys when I read some more. Alrighty, so it is almost 12:30 in the morning. I'm about to go to bed, but I made it to page 119 of Icebreaker. I was only gonna make it to like 102, but I wanted to read another spicy scene. So I am actually working my way through the book pretty well. It's actually really good. It almost seems like forced proximities and enemies to lovers, which I love me a good enemies to lovers. Usually I prefer it in fantasies over contemporaries, but enemies to lovers still a nice trope. I don't really read a lot of forced proximity because, to be fully honest, when I read contemporaries, I prefer like the fake dating trope. I love the fake dating trope. But like with fantasies like Fourth Wing, I love enemies to lovers because there's just something so hot about a guy wanting to unalive somebody, or a girl, and then them falling in love. So I am gonna go to bed and I will update you guys tomorrow. After traveling the last 2 days, I just did not feel like I did not have the brain power to read Iron Flame as much as I want to read that. It just takes a lot more focus to get into the storyline again after driving. So I figured, you know what, we'll go with a contemporary for a little bit. So I'm probably going to read this tonight because it is very spicy and I do not want to read a spicy book in public. That just feels a little awkward. So if I read in public at all this week, it's definitely going to be Iron Flame, or I also have American Royals and Inheritance Games. So, and Furyborn as well. I want to reread the Imperium trilogy because I'm halfway through Kingsbane and I don't remember what happens because I started it so long ago. So anyways, I'm going to go to bed and I will see you in the morning. So guys, it is now Saturday morning. I went straight to bed after I read some more, so I did not update you guys on what I read yesterday. But I did start Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, and I read the first chapter, which was really good, so I think I'm going to continue on with it. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so I really wanted to pick up another Kindle book because that way I can just read on my phone while sitting in the Jeep on the way home. And if I don't have, like if it's dark and I don't have a book, it's always good to have any book on hand. So I have that one. And I made it to page 174 of Icebreaker last night. I wanted to read a little bit of this before I went to bed. It's actually getting really good. And the spice is not disappointing. The spice is definitely not disappointing. And what page am I on in this? And I'm on page 444 of Iron Flame, so I am not rushing through this like I did the first reading of Fourth Wing, and obviously I'm annotating the crap out of it because it is just that good. But I think I'm gonna read a little bit more. I have a little bit of time before we leave for the Christmas party day, which is why I am all Christmassy right now. So I'm gonna read some more and then probably update you guys when I get home, or when I get back to the hotel. Not home, I keep saying home, at the hotel. So yeah. So this is definitely a bad angle, but I don't care because I'm about to go to bed. But I just want to update you guys. I am on page 510 of Iron Flame. So I was actually wanting to finish this last week before I came up to Jersey, but I was unable to. So I'm still hoping that I can possibly finish it on the trip home. I don't like reading in vehicles while we're driving, because sometimes like reading physical books makes me kind of nauseous. So I used to not be like that until middle school, and for some reason in middle school I started feeling nauseous whenever I read in vehicles. So I will probably be reading a lot of Serpent and the Wings of Night, which I've been reading on my phone. I started that last night, so I'm hoping to read some more of Iron Flame tomorrow morning maybe. I might get up a little earlier than expected, but I'm still going to keep this with me, obviously. And for Icebreaker, I'm probably just going to read that whenever I can. I just wanted something a little lighter to read at night, like late at night. Right now I'm fine, I'm just gonna go straight to bed after this. But with Icebreaker, I wanted something a little lighter after driving, because I was like, my brain cannot take that much of Iron Flame. Like, that's a little too much brain power for my sleep-deprived travel brain. So I wanted to read this like after we settled in, and it was actually really perfect. A lot has been happening in this book, and it's almost like I need a support group after reading this, because there's a lot of things that just happened. And I have a couple friends that have already finished the book that I can talk to them about and like, hey, this is where I am, this is what just happened, don't spoil the last 113 pages for me, because otherwise I'm going to be very mad. But I do want to discuss what I've already read and what I've tabbed. I did tab a couple chapters ahead because somebody in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, it's called the Book Lounge. I'll link it down below for you guys. It's like a really, really fun book group. We do like a ton of recommendations, what we've been loving lately, what we've been hating lately, obviously book recommendations. This one I feel like is a little bit more slow moving than Fourth Wing was, which, obviously it is much longer, so it definitely feels like not as much happened in this one, but I think I'm still giving this a strong 4.5 stars. But that might change in the last 100 pages. Sometimes I'm kind of wavering on books for the last 100 pages, but I really think as of right now, if I finished, if there's only 509 pages in this book, I would definitely give it 4.5 stars. So we'll see if my opinion changes at all, but as of now, that's kind of where I'm heading for that. So anyways, I'm going to head to bed, and I will update you whenever I have a worthy update. And also just like these tabs. I will have to find the tabs online, but these are just like little sticky tabs. I ran out of the ones for quotes, so I had to go. I think I have another pack at home that has the quote ones open, but I bought these at Books A Million, and if I can find a link for you guys, I will link them down below for you. They're wonderful little tabs. I mean, they're a little bit hard to get off at first, but you can kind of tell where the sticky part is and where it's easier to take off. They come off pretty easily though, but they're pretty simple to stick in the book, and they stick pretty well. I don't really mess with them too much because when I'm reading, sometimes I won't have my highlighter nearby, so I have to tab it and then go back and do it. Sometimes though, you have to be careful because depending on the book, it sometimes can take some of the writing off and some of the edge of the paper out, so you have to be really careful about it. But for the most part, the tabs don't really affect it very much. I mean, obviously just make it look a little bit prettier and the edges aren't as even. Alrighty, I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow, possibly. I don't know, it depends on how much driving happens tomorrow, so we'll see. Okay, so guys, I honestly forget the last time I talked to you guys. I think it was before we left Jersey, I want to say, and I was reading a little bit there, but it's now, see, that was Monday morning. It's now Wednesday night, and technically my vacation ended yesterday, but I don't go back to work until Friday. On Tuesday, I didn't get much reading done because it was mostly just like unpacking and unwinding from the trip. I just like slept all day basically. I did read a little bit of The Serpent of Wings and Night on my, it was actually on my iPad, but after a while my iPad screen glitches because it's old and the screen was replaced like 4 years ago, I think. And it's just, it hasn't been the same, but it's also literally 10 years old, so it doesn't always work properly. The screen glitches a lot. So I was trying to read it on there and it just didn't work out. So eventually I just decided to sleep. So I only read like 13 pages of The Serpent of Wings and Night, and so far I'm on page like 50, and it is pretty good. I do like it. It's vampires with wings, which I thought was very interesting. Definitely something I don't normally gravitate toward with vampires, but most vampire novels don't have winged vampires, so it's definitely a little different. So far there's no spice, but I will definitely keep you guys updated on this because this book is really good. So far it's on Kindle Unlimited, so definitely a plus side for me. And today I finished Iron Flame, and I've literally been back and forth with one of my friends who read the book. She started it before me, but she had more time to read than I did. And just look at these tabs. These tabs are just insane. There's so many in here. Partially because like all the ones up here are chapters, and I tab all the chapters, but also there's a lot of quotes in here. There's a lot of really cute things that they talk about, like really cute like quotes and things. The "My house, my chair, my woman" quote definitely got me a little bit riled up. But the end of this book, I have far too many questions for book 3 to not be written yet. I have way too many questions about the last probably 50 pages of this book, and as much as I want Rebecca to take her sweet time with book 3, please also, I also simultaneously want it right now. It's like I want her to take her time with it and definitely not write a crap story, but also I need it because I have too many questions that are going to go unanswered for entirely too long, and I really just need, it's like really we just need a support group for this, honestly. We need an Iron Flame support group. I think there's one on Facebook. I will try to find it before I upload this video, and I will let you guys know because I need help. I just can't. I can't. I had to kind of like force my brain away from it. I dwelled on the ending for a few hours, and then I picked up the Inheritance games again. I started this, I got about a third of the way through, I want to say, before I started rereading Fourth Wing in anticipation for Iron Flame. So I picked this back up. I do have a few tabs in here, not nearly as many, but I read about 200 pages of this one. Just finished it. I definitely have questions that I'm going to be hopefully have answered in the second book, which I will be picking up tomorrow. So this one was really good. I gave Iron Flame 4.5 stars because they're definitely, Violet was pretty insufferable for the vast majority of this book. There are definitely times that I wanted to reach through the pages and just slap her silly because she just said some things that made no sense. And the miscommunication trope is honestly one of my biggest pet peeves. As much as I can relate to it personally sometimes, it's just very aggravating because she and Xaden, I feel like, fight over the dumbest things. And things that just, like, if she just like, thought about it, she would not really be mad about those miscommunications. But this one was definitely a good break. It's a very fast-paced book. And it's a good mystery. I mean, who doesn't love a good mystery sometimes? And what's really cool is that a lot of the questions and a lot of the things that I was suspecting actually happened. And the ones I was wrong about had a better outcome than I was hoping. So I'm really excited to get to book 2. And